Come have fun with us and don't forget to subscribe.
What's up everybody, I'm Rick.
And I'm Anna.
And welcome to our reaction to Naruto Shippuden episode 459.
Go Kakashi!
So Naruto / Naruto Shippuden is one of the anime on our bucket list of 101 anime we want to watch in our lifetime. On this channel we are covering all of those, and if you want to see the full list, there's a link in the description box below, or you can watch the outro to this video. Anna?
Yeah.
So far we finished the 5 anime on this list, and Naruto, which is your first time watching it.
Yes.
We are getting closer and closer to finishing it.
Yeah, only like 40 episodes, something like that.
And last time, in one of those episodes, we saw the return of Kaguya.
Yes, we did.
So it's been a bit since we've watched that episode, and I'm sure you've had time to think about all of this.
Yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
I don't like it. I don't know why this, like, ever since they introduced the idea of like the reincarnated will of the two sons, it's been a bit, I don't know, it's
We'll get back to the Kaguya thing, but now that you've just mentioned reincarnation, I wanted to point out a comment I saw which was talking about how, you know, in some cultures, reincarnation is not necessarily how we would interpret it
Right.
for us, right? So reincarnation can sometimes just mean you might have inherited certain traits. It might be just, you know, different paths that your life might take depending on what had happened in previous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Look, I don't think that what is happening here is that they're being influenced in any way. I wish, just like for the story that they are telling, that they had left the past in the past. You know what I mean? I feel like the whole purpose of this is that they should be able to move forward, but how can they be the one to move things forward into like a new era, to change things, when they themselves are still so attached to the origin of it all, right?
Yeah, and you know, I just wanted to bring that up because that's not an element that we talked about, right? The different ways reincarnation might be interpreted, but it still doesn't really, you know, sway me much from my original point, which was that like the weight of history, just historical events influencing newer generation is enough. You don't need literal influences in the form of either reincarnation,
Or
chakra
the-
being passed down,
Or
or
the old men
the sage of the
appearing.
sixth path
Yeah.
appearing in their head and talking to them
Yeah.
and giving them
And anyway, that's one thing that is happening with Naruto and Sasuke. But what is happening here with Madara,
so yeah, let's go back to that.
it's
the
very
Kaguya
different. She's literally taking over,
thing.
or whatever, the Black Zetsu, which is actually her will embodiment, not Madara's, as Madara was led to believe. That's not even just an influence; it's a control struggle, you know.
So yeah, you were saying earlier you don't like that.
Yeah, I like that even less, way less, because I feel like now they're probably making Kaguya to be, you know, the origin of all of these like kind of negative, evil, bad events that have happened. And in doing so, and in bringing her back here, they're removing a lot of the responsibility from everyone else, right? From Madara, but I feel like also from all the others who have been influenced by Madara. You know what I mean? By giving us in the story one single character that we can focus on and be like, oh, it all started from you. It's all because of you. You're taking away a lot of the responsibility that lies on the other characters who've participated in this.
And often it was the opposite, right? Even when faced with a villain who was obviously doing something,
Villainous.
wrong, villainous, they would always present it in a way that would make you think. But
Yeah, you
it's
see.
also the fault also lies with the good guys,
Yeah,
quote unquote, right?
exactly.
So like
Or the villain, the so-called villain, also makes some like compelling
arguments. So
arguments.
like Nagato is the perfect example,
Yeah,
right? When he tells his story, you're kind of like, yeah, Konoha kind of, messed up his whole village, his
right.
family. Like you understood that the state of the world was not one person's fault.
Yeah. And I feel like Madara's story was already so great to embody that. You see, like his whole life from the time he was a child, everything he has lost, everything he has sacrificed. Even when you would think he has succeeded in a positive way, right, in creating something good, he was
The
effed
village,
over
yeah.
by the others, the other people that he like worked
Allied
with, that
with,
he
yeah.
allied with, exactly. So he didn't need more than that. It was an antagonist a character that I could sympathize with.
And even afterward, right, when he left the village and came to resent everyone, and also adopt the position that Ashirama was wrong, when he explains it, right, and even when Ashirama tells the story, you kind of get it too, right?
Yeah, he
You'd be
kind
like,
of
yeah,
was wrong.
Ashirama was like
It doesn't
the
take.
world that he envisioned did not turn out that much better than the world they were in
Yeah,
before.
exactly. And that was enough. That was more than enough. He was the perfect ultimate like antagonist of this story. We didn't need another layer to that. And I'm guessing, maybe, I don't know that if Kaguya also has a story. I don't know if we'll see that. I don't know if we'll get any of that. I also feel like part of what makes a world like this, like the whole Naruto world, so good, is that it has a past that kind of like disappears into legend, into mystery, right? Into like I'm not sure what's what, but there are legends. And as they start explaining all of them with so much like clarity and in so much detail, it kind of ruins that
Oh,
mirage.
I love that they're explaining it. I think bringing them into the forefront, like literally, like from the past to the present, to me is the mistake. But explaining it, I love that. When I come to the end of the story, of any story, and they're explaining the lore and details, and this is how
Yeah.
the world was built and everything, I love that.
Personally, I like it more when, like, you know, in the beginning, when they first started talking about Madara, it was also something that you weren't sure about. Like, oh, there's like legend about this guy. Is he really real? What did he really do? You're not sure in
I
the
mean, he was
beginning.
always
He was
real.
real, yeah. But I mean, you're not really sure what did he really do, or like what his story really was, right? And then we got to his story, but I mean, Madara was not that, like, when the story between Madara and Hashirama happened, was not that long ago, so it makes sense that they would actually reveal like the truth in detail. But then, the further you go back, I like it when the further you go back, the more everything is just a bit more mysterious, you know.
Well, let's see. Let's see. You don't know where this is going, so you might get some more mystery out of it.
の夜を数え、本来持たざる者へと拡散してしまったチャクラ。長きにわたる屈辱の封印を解かれし今、無限の月光に導かれ、我をよりしろに再び一つとならん。目覚めよう。チャクラの祖にして全能の神。
That's a nice intro.
She of the Beginning. That's a good title. She knows the symbols. She recognized them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She's paralyzed.
That's her hair.
なら大丈夫だ。うかつに動くなよ。
こやつら二人。
Preferably no moose.
カムラン。いや、これがインドラとアシュラか。
She realized right away.
羽衣はこいつが出てくると踏んで俺たちに。
That makes a lot of sense.
おびと。
この地はわらわの大切な苗床だ。これ以上傷つけるわけにもいかぬ。
Nursery?
もう戦いはやめにしよう。こではな。
Yeah.
お前らを消すとしようぞ。
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
現実なのか。いや、
Do you want to test that out?
Yet.
違う。幸せの術。
Yeah.
And what about Obito?
区内に巻物の端を結びつけてロープ代わりにしたんだ。オビトは区内で差し止めただけだが。
Ah.
さすが加賀先生。
Very symbolic, huh?
Yeah.
俺とお前、どちらが一方が死んだとしても、この世は終わりだ。お前の陸道の陽の力と、俺の陰の力だけが目の前のあれを封印できる。無限つくよみの時、カカシとサクラはたまたまお前の近くにい
It's like I wasn't even trying to save them. They just
Yeah.
happened to be there.
た。わかるな。
It's harsh, but
It's not just that, but he's also saying, like, we can't focus on them. If they die, it would be sad, but that's that. If one of us dies, then
then
everyone
it's the end.
dies.
Yeah.
It makes sense that he wouldn't try to save them.
時は体が勝手に動いちまうもんだろ。不自然の時。サスケ、お前。
Oh, I like that they brought back something from so long ago.
So way back, yeah.
俺をかばって体が勝手に動いちまったんだよ。バカ。
As you remember that feeling?
Ooh, the bird.
鷹の天血を使う。
Byakugan. So useful.
Yeah.
Which is nice also to see her having the Byakugan because the focus has been so much on
On the Sharingan.
the Sharingan and
Yeah.
The Rinnegan after that.
と動ける。これで
強大なチャクラを感知した場所まで行ってみれば何かわかるかもしれん。
Those four are still there.
Yeah.
だが、急にチャクラが消えた。受けるのか。
He can fly!
影分身の術。チャクラとは、わらは唯一のもの。
They never taught you to share your toys, huh?
Yeah.
It's mine!
チャクラを一つにする。
Oh, the music kicking in.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. You wouldn't even be able to follow this battle.
Or if you were one of the no-name ninjas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy.
Ah, that's so cool. That's so fucking cool.
That reminds me of the Sharingan attack. No, not the Sharingan, sorry, what was it called? The Shuriken. You know, he threw the Shuriken
Oh
and it was
yeah,
Naruto.
against Zabuza.
Yeah, yeah. Look at her, so ice cold.
Mm-hmm. That shot. That's a
Yeah.
great shot.
It is.
この足場のやつにしろお互い陸道仙人の力の恩恵だだが奴を封印しなければ
Oh my
God.
gosh.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah. Oh, look at them. Look how they're turning. Oh, what's happening?
Crying.
チャクラを分けた我が子たち母のもとへ
Her sons.
天蔵サスケ
Oh, look, it's Black Zetsu.
お前たち二人を見て我が子二人を思い出したような子に封印された家具やかわいそうな母親だ封印されたのは十尾だろ何か勘違いをしているようだな忍びの物語は母が復活するための物語だここまで協力するインドラとアシュラの転生者は珍しい
Usually
I
you
guess.
guys would fight.
チャクラを吸い取る間その物語を聞かせてやろう
Okay. Story time.
だなそれは強力な封印だったそうだ十尾自
In the moon.
死枠転生の核へと変える術それによって十尾は月となった俺たちに見せてやる飴玉はないが紙芝居の始ま
The
り
puppet
The
show.
puppet show. I like how this episode ends with a we're about to tell you a story.
Yeah. So, Kaguya, you see her in action here. It was a lot of, the beginning of the fight between the three of them. Literally the three of them, right? The Sakura and Kagashi have been sidelined
Yeah.
by both the story and Sasuke.
Right.
What do you think of that, by the way, right? It was a important part of the episode, Sasuke
Yeah.
being like, hey, they die.
I mean, no, he was saying more like, if we die, then everything is over.
He was saying more like the only reason they're here is because I saved them by accident. And when he had the option to try to save them again, didn't really
Yeah, he went for
for Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah. So Naruto is the one I want to keep alive.
Well, I know what you're saying. It's really harsh. But I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and say in this case, he's kind of right. I mean, it would be terrible, and I'm sure even Sasuke would be very sad if one of them dies. But, the whole humanity wouldn't die if one of them dies. But if Naruto or Sasuke die, then it's over.
Yeah. And of course, right, the logic is there. But I think they're also trying to make you wonder, would he, right? Is it just about the logic? Would he be sad if one of them died?
I don't think it's just that. It's more like making me wonder, would he really not try to save them if they were about to die? Because he didn't go for Sakura or Kakashi then, but it's because Kakashi
saved
saved the two of them.
Yeah. But if you remember even earlier, while they were under the Susanoo, right, and Kakashi was like, you know, hey, what's happening outside? Explain to us. And it was like, you don't matter. Sakura doesn't matter. I don't need to explain anything to you, right? He has a very cold attitude, right?
He does,
And so
yeah.
the question would rise into the viewer's head, like, is it just about the pure logic of Naruto is the only one who needs to survive? Or is it more than that? Is it literally, I do not care if you guys die? But then Naruto brings up another point, which is unconsciously,
You do care.
you do care.
In the
you-
beginning, he didn't seem to care much for Naruto, but when the time came, he put himself in danger
Yeah.
to protect
My
Naruto.
body moved on its own.
Yeah.
And so you could say, even when he saved all of them under the Susanoo, unconsciously, he also made sure that Kakashi and Sakura were safe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if a time comes when, you know, he would need to put his theory to the test,
Mhm.
then he would save them.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I really believe so. I think he's more like trying to convince himself when he says those things that no, I need to keep like to stay focused on what I have to do here, but really on some level he knows those are not his real feelings about the two of them. I got something from the story. I'm not really sure. I was trying to really follow to see what, because they said that her children sealed her away. And I don't know, were they hinting that they sealed her away in the moon? That's what they were showing, no? But that was the story about how the Sage of the Sixth Path sealed the Ten-Tail, the Ten-Tail's body. So is she the body of the Ten-Tail? Is she the Ten-Tail? Is that what they're saying?
And we will be reacting to more episodes
Wait,
of
what?
Naruto Shippuden. If you want to be there for those reactions, we invite you too.
I was telling you, is this what's happening?
Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking it if you did. And have a nice day.